What's up, y'all? We are going to do a brisket. By all means, I am not a professional, but this is just how I do it. Today, we are actually going to use something different. Hardcore carnivore. We're going to use it. I've heard really good stuff about it, so we're going to season this with hardcore carnivore. And then we're going to also use some other seasoning too. Let's get into it. Trim off the brisket. This is going to be very controversial. I've heard many other things about it. Everybody has their own. Some people say, hey, it's only supposed to be a quarter of it. Keep the decal fat. Don't keep the decal fat. That's your decal fat. Me, just from everybody that I've watched cook, experience, been around, I do mine kind of mix of how everybody does theirs. So what I do is with all the silver skin, I try to get that off as much as I can. The decal fat, I cut it completely off. I cut it out. Why? I don't want to be eating all that nasty crap. I want it smooth. See? All that's just useless. We will keep some, but we won't keep a lot of it. So now we're getting into where you can see some of that meat right here. Hopefully you can see that in the video. And that's how we like to do it. Well, I do it. Like I said, I'm by far not a professional, so don't beat me up on it. But this is just how I've learned, and I've adapted to my own little, I guess you could say, own little style. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. We're gonna speed up the video, and then we'll go from there. All right, here we go. Boom. Pour a little bit of oil on top just for it to stick. So today we're going to use HEB brand Texas barbecue salt and pepper blend. And then for the new one, hardcore carnivore. Never used it before, but we're going to give it a whirl this time. So let's go ahead and season this up. Stuff in those grains. You know, all sides, as much as you can. Don't skip out every piece of it. Need some seasoning. Now we'll go with the hardcore carnivore. Ooh, I can't wait to use this. I've been dying to use it for a long time. So weird to see it black. I mean, yeah, it gets black whenever we cook, but not right off the bat. Okay. Get some of that seasoning, pack it off up in those creases. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip it. Because on a Traeger, you do fat side down. You don't do fat side up. I know, it's crazy, but we're gonna do it. Fat side down. Do it the Traeger way. Try not to make a mess, that wife will get me. Hardcore carnivore, here we go. Okay, let's get the sides. Point. Okay, that's what our brisket looks like right now, with Texas True Barbecue and carnivore. We are going to go to 180. We're going low and slow, just like the Pops likes to do it. We got mesquite in here right now. And I also got a bag of pecan that I'm gonna mix up too. So let her preheat, and then we'll throw her on here in a minute. I use a meter probe. It's very awesome. I have a range of like 100 something feet, 160 something feet. It's great, works on Wi-Fi. We're gonna put in the point of the meat, the thickest part. And then it has a little indentation on it to tell you where to go. So now since our meter probe is in, we're gonna throw it on the pit. Traeger is preheated to 180. We got it going. We're about to throw this meat on. We'll put it in the middle. Woo. The mesquite smells great. Here we go, fat side down, not up. All right, there she is. Let's put her to sleep. We are going to shoot for 18 hours of a cook. We're gonna go low and slow, just like Pops always says. So, the best thing about this Traeger here, the 885 Ironwood, is it has this button right here, super smoke. So whenever you put it, puts double the smoke. So, she's going to bed, I'm going back inside. I need to go grab that beef tallow, and then I'm gonna put a water pan in here. So let's go get that. All right, we are putting this tallow back here, letting it do its thing. And then we're gonna put this water pan right here. I've never cooked with a water pan. It's gonna be the first time I've ever done it. Just trying some new stuff. We're trying some seasoning that I never really tried before. We're doing the beef tallow route. I'm doing a water pan, so hopefully this all works out. And I usually don't make my briskets for 18 hours. I'm usually an 8-hour cook, 9-hour cook. So it's gonna be a little different for me. But it's in the Traeger. We're gonna go back inside. We got the meter probe in. We got everything ready to go. And yeah, that's it. We'll see how it turns out, and we'll keep checking temperature and keep adding water whenever we need to. And yeah, hopefully it goes good. All right, guys, it's the next day. I think it's like 11 o'clock, I think, something like that. It's been on for about, I think, 15 hours. We haven't even looked at this thing, so we're gonna take the first look, and we're gonna wrap it up in butcher paper, put the probe back in, and we'll let it keep going until it reaches its internal temperature, okay? See what it looks like. Woo! Looks good. Looks really good. Take this probe out. Get this over here a little bit closer. Okay, we use butcher paper. I did used to use full paper, which I still do sometimes, but not all the time. I like butcher paper a little bit better. And not bad. Got some good bark on it. Oh, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. Put these gloves back on, and we're putting some of that tallow on. That's what we're gonna do. So with this juice, it's the juice from the fat that got rendered. So I'm gonna put some on there, just a little bit. I heard if you put too much, it'll take away from the seasoning, and I definitely don't want to do that. Okay, just enough. Take these gloves off. Okay. What we do is the meter probe right here has to be out of the paper whenever, or it won't register. So it's fat side down right now. Okay, that's how they do it on Traeger. So we're gonna wrap it real tight. So fat side down. Now we're fat side up. Fold this over. Fold this side over. Doesn't have to be pretty. Get it real nice and tight. So what I'm gonna do, put this back over. Pull it in. And fold this under. Okay. Now our probe is right here. We have a little hole that our meter probe can stick out, that way it can register. Then we're gonna throw it back on. Fat side down, remember? Fat side down. And then we're going to get this other probe for secondary. Stick it inside. About where it was at. We'll fill this. I think we're all right. I've never done with a water pan, so we'll just keep it at that, I guess. put this beef tallow back in. Pre-rendered. It's pretty cool. Put that back in. So we started off at 180. Now we cranked it back up to 225 now. And our probe is climbing right now. That's not the internal. It's trying to get the internal. And then we have our super smoke still. So put her to bed. We're not going to peak until it reaches internal temperature. And we'll just wait until then. All right, guys. It has been almost 22 hours for this brisket. It finally hit our internal temperature that we're trying to hit. So now we're going to take it off the Traeger, we're going to pull our probes out, and then we're going to put it in the cooler and let it rest for a couple hours. Awesome. Ooh, looks good, y'all. I'm not just saying it because I cooked it. Thing came out smooth, clean. And that. Look at that. Juicy. Put it to bed. Let it rest. We'll come back in a couple hours. We're gonna shut this Traeger down. Another thing we're gonna do, just like we always do every video, you gotta shut her down. Okay. So we got our water pan, which I think was a great addition to it. We got our beef tallow that we're trying, and we'll save this. That way we can put it on the brisket whenever we get done and whenever we're going to cut it. All right, guys. We'll let it rest. We'll get back to it whenever we're going to take it inside. All right, guys. We're time to open this thing up. See what it looks like. We haven't even peeked at this thing since we wrapped it up, so it's gonna be good.
Chilling on the beach with my sweet Georgia peach, not a care in the world, just trying to beat the heat. Body like an eyeglass, sand on the feet, can't help but stare, cause I got the best seat. Just when I thought it couldn't get any hotter, you slid on in, said I'm a little hot and bothered, if you know what I mean. Let's crank it up to 100 degrees, alright. You hit me like fire, shot me like a bullet, burn me up and down, no way to cool it. Every time you kiss me, it's like sunshine and whiskey, like a bottle of Jack, straight to the head. One shot, two shot, Capitone.
He says you can't get a smoke every time Traeger, but it's just falling apart.
Sunshine and whiskey.
Okay, looks good. So, that's our brisket. That's how I do it. Thanks for watching this brisket cook. Like, share, comments, let me know what you think. And here's some pictures of the end result of our cook.
You hit me like fire, shot me like a bullet, burn me up and down, no way to cool it. Every time you kiss me, it's like sunshine and whiskey, like a bottle of Jack, straight to the head. One shot, two shot, Capitone red. Every time you kiss me, it's like sunshine